Let's get right into it. Number 8. The checkout conveyor barrier. You're standing in line at the grocery store. The person ahead of you unloads their cart. Their stuff is moving forward on the belt, and you start putting your items down. There's that plastic divider stick just sitting there. You could just leave it. Your stuff isn't going to magically merge with theirs. The cashier can tell where one person's groceries end and another's begin, but you grab that divider anyway, because deep down, you know what happens if you don't. The person in front of you starts throwing concerned glances over their shoulder. The cashier's eye twitches slightly. The old lady behind you mutters something under her breath. You can feel the judgment creeping in, because normal people use the divider. Only a psychopath would let their groceries roam free, mingling with a stranger's items like some kind of grocery store anarchist. And it gets worse if the person ahead of you placed their divider down. Now you're breaking an unspoken social contract. They've extended an olive branch of plastic, and you're just going to ignore it. You might as well start laughing maniacally while you're at it. The pressure gets even more intense when you're buying weird combinations of items, like baby food, duct tape, and a shovel. That's when you really need that divider. Just to make it clear, these are your questionable life choices, and they are separate from the organic kale in front of you. Some stores are experimenting with removing these dividers. They say it's for hygiene reasons, but we all know it's just cruel psychological torture. Now we're all standing there, awkwardly trying to create visible gaps between our groceries, building little walls with our items like tiny grocery fortifications. That plastic divider isn't just a piece of store equipment. It's your ticket to being seen as a functioning member of society. Number 7. The car lock double check. You're walking away from your car. You've already pressed the lock button once. You heard the beep. You saw the lights flash. But something in your brain says, what if it didn't actually lock? So you turn around and press that button again from a few feet away. Sweet relief for about 3 steps. Then your brain goes, what if that second beep was just the car mocking you? So you do it a third time from across the parking lot. At this point, everyone thinks you're trying to compose a symphony with your car alarm. We all do this. It's a form of compulsive checking that's part of our brain's verification system. Back when we were cave people, double-checking if we properly sealed our cave entrance could mean the difference between waking up alive or becoming a lion's midnight snack. Our brains haven't really updated their software since then, so now we're stuck with this ancient survival instinct, but instead of checking for lions, we're checking if our Honda Civic is properly secured. Meanwhile, the rest of us are doing our lock dance ritual in the parking lot. Press, walk 3 steps, turn around, press again, walk a few more steps, have an existential crisis, and turn around one final time. When you're lying in bed at night and suddenly think, did I lock the car? You have to make a choice. Either get up and check, or lie there imagining all your belongings being stolen by a gang of highly organized raccoons. Because the one time you forget to check is the one time you'll find out the universe has a dark sense of humor. Number 6. The phone shield. You're waiting alone in public and you suddenly become hyper-aware that you exist. That's when the phone comes out faster than a gunslinger in the Wild West, because standing there, just existing, makes you feel like a serial killer who forgot where he parked his murder van. So you whip out your phone and start the performance of your life. You're scrolling through absolutely nothing, but with the intensity of someone discovering the cure for cancer. Sometimes you'll even throw in a little frown, maybe a thoughtful head nod. Oh yes, these very important emails require your complete attention right now. Meanwhile, your screen is just open to your calculator app. The best part is when you spot someone else doing the exact same thing. 2 people, both pretending to be incredibly busy, both knowing the other is faking it, and heaven forbid your phone dies while you're waiting. Suddenly you're just standing there like a mannequin that escaped from the department store. That's when you start the backup performance, pretending to search for something in your pockets. Oh, where is that thing that definitely exists and I totally need right now? 100 years ago, people just stood places. They'd just exist in public without pretending to do anything. But now we're all method actors, performing busy person with important things to do to an audience that's too busy looking at their own phones to notice. It's like we've collectively decided that being alone with our thoughts in public is more terrifying than skydiving into a volcano. Number 5. The I was just stretching Gambit. You're walking down the street and you see someone waving. Your brain goes into autopilot and you wave back, feeling friendly and social. Then it hits you. They were waving at the person behind you. Now you're stuck there, arm raised like an idiot. Your brain has to transform that awkward wave into something that looks intentional. The most common save is the head scratch maneuver. You smoothly redirect that wave to the back of your head like you were planning to scratch there all along. Option 2 is the sky point distraction. You pretend you just spotted something fascinating in the clouds. The advanced move is the phantom bug defense. You start swatting at imaginary insects. Basically, your brain is trying to rewrite history in real time. The funny part is, everyone knows exactly what you're doing, because they've done it themselves at least a dozen times. The most dangerous version is the double down wave. You keep waving, pretending you're actually greeting someone further away. This is high risk because now you need to find a random stranger in the distance who might wave back. If no one does, you're forced to execute an emergency stretch anyway, but now it's even more awkward because you've been waving for way too long. The worst is when you make eye contact with the person who was actually being waved at. They saw the whole thing. They know what you did, and now you both have to pretend it never happened. Number 4, the menu pretense. You know exactly what you're going to order. You've known it since before you walked in the door. It's the same thing you got last time, and the time before that. But here you are, staring at the menu like you're trying to decode ancient hieroglyphics. Because ordering immediately makes you look like a psychopath, like you've been obsessing over this meal for weeks, with a shrine to this restaurant's chicken parmesan in your basement. So instead, we all perform this little dance. We squint at the menu, pretending to weigh our options. You lie to yourself and think the salmon looks interesting, but we all know you're not getting the salmon. You haven't ordered fish at a restaurant since that incident in 2016. Sometimes you'll even ask the waiter about a dish you have zero intention of ordering. "How's the quinoa bowl?" you ask, knowing full well you're getting the burger. The waiter gives a detailed description, and you nod thoughtfully, like you're actually considering it. Then there's the group menu ritual. Everyone has to close their menus at the same time. If you close yours too early, people think you're rushing them. Too late, and they think you're indecisive. And heaven forbid someone asks what you're getting before you've done your mandatory menu meditation. You have to act like you're still torn between two completely different dishes. I'm between the salad and the double bacon cheeseburger. The salad never stood a chance. The salad isn't even in the running. Number 3, the courtesy laugh. Your boss tells a joke that is about as funny as a tax audit. Your brain is screaming in confusion, but your face needs to do something, anything, to avoid the awkward silence that sucks all the oxygen out of the room. So you force out this weird laugh that sounds like a dolphin having an existential crisis. It's not just with bosses. Your friend's kid shows you a rock they found. Not just any rock, their special rock that looks exactly like every other rock on the planet. But you're there making sounds like you just witnessed the discovery of the century. Not doing the courtesy laugh can damage your career. People who do not laugh at their superiors' jokes are seen as difficult or not team players. Your promotion might depend on how well you can fake a laugh at Dave from accounting's terrible puns. Don't give them that obviously fake laugh sound. That is worse than not laughing at all. The key is to master what psychologists call the social laugh, a perfect mix between genuine amusement and polite acknowledgement. Think of those videos of dogs pretending to like vegetables to make their owners happy. That is you, pretending that joke about Excel spreadsheets is the height of comedy. Right now, somewhere in the world, thousands of people are forcing out laughs at jokes that should have died in 1987. We are all just trying to avoid being that person who sits there stone-faced while everyone else is doing their best impression of a laugh track, because that person gets talked about at the water cooler. Number 2, the multiple sneeze protocol. You're sitting at work when Karen from accounting starts her sneeze symphony. First sneeze hits. You do the polite thing and say, "Bless you," like a normal human being. Then comes sneeze number 2. Now you're in social quicksand. You don't know if you should say it again, if that's weird. If not saying it makes you look like a monster. You go for a quieter, slightly awkward, "bless you," because society has trained you well, but Karen's not done. Here comes sneeze 3. Now you're in full crisis mode. Your brain is doing calculations faster than NASA during a moon landing. If you say it a third time, you might come off as patronizing, like you're mocking her sneezing situation. But if you don't say it, everyone in the office might think you're plotting her demise. This whole "bless you" thing is said to have started during the plague, when people thought your soul might escape when you sneezed. So we're all still following a medieval protocol to prove we don't want our coworkers to lose their souls. Studies show that the average sneeze comes in sets of 2 or 3, so whoever created this social rule knew exactly what they were doing. They were creating a torture test to separate the psychopaths from the normal people, because only a true psychopath could sit there, completely unbothered, while someone sneezes multiple times without saying anything. So next time you're caught in the multiple sneeze protocol, remember you're not just being polite, you're proving you're not a serial killer. Number 1, pretending to care about baby photos. You're trapped in the break room with Karen from accounting. She's whipped out her phone with the speed of a striking cobra. She wants to show you pictures of little Jaden. All babies kind of look the same. They're basically tiny potatoes with eyes. But you can't say that out loud unless you want to be known as the office psychopath. So you're forced to sit there, looking at 47 nearly identical photos of her baby lying on the same blanket. The only difference is that in some pictures, the potato is slightly more wrinkled than others. You have to master the art of the fake awe. It's like being an actor in a very boring play that never ends. Scientists have found that humans are hardwired to find baby features cute. Big eyes, round cheeks, a small nose, but nobody's hardwired to enjoy a 20-minute slideshow of someone else's offspring doing absolutely nothing. Oh, look, in this one he's sleeping. Yes, Karen. Just like in the last 12 photos, you have to mix up your reactions to seem more genuine. Start with a standard aw, then throw in a he's gotten so big, follow it up with those cheeks, and maybe a he looks just like you. The worst part is when they start showing you videos, you have to react to a 3-minute clip of their baby making gurgling noises. It's like watching paint dry, but the paint expects you to be entertained. Parents' brains actually release dopamine when looking at their babies. They're literally getting high on their own supply. Meanwhile, you're just trying not to look at your watch for the 5th time in 2 minutes. And know this, one day, you might become one of them. You'll be the one cornering innocent coworkers with 200 photos of your kid eating mashed peas. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.